Hey guys, this is Shots, and welcome to Bottoms Up, the podcast, episode 4. Unfortunately, I'm kind of quiet right now, and a lot of us are going to be because it's really late, so just excuse that, but we'll I digress. I'm going to let Odin continue on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm bad at intros, man.
It's fine. So this is Bottoms Up Podcast. We're always drunk on games. It's gonna be Sundays when these come out, just for the future, because it's a good start to the week. I'll let you guys know. So these will be up every Sunday. I hope you guys are enjoying the frequent podcast so far. I am also joined by our other co-host, Blue Blazing Demon, who wants to introduce himself.
Hey guys, yeah, my name's Blue, as most people refer to me, because nobody likes to say the full name of Blue Blazing Demon.
Sorry, I don't know why I did that. BBD.
BBD, Blue, so many names to it. Something more or less just know. I don't know if you're gonna run into the plugins.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that first. I just want to get you introduced. Just get everyone
all right. Well, we'll do a rundown as we normally are. So
got Shots, you got Odin, you got Blue. TM and Health are not here. TM was going to be here this week, but he's not feeling well. So hopefully we can finally get him back for episode 5 for next week. Hopefully Health is around too. He had interview-related travels, so best of luck to him. Hope he gets that.
Also, he has a new microphone, so if his audio
oh my
was
god,
shoddy
it's not even new. What it was is that we were the other day playing. I know this is funny. We were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and he was using his Microsoft Surface, and I was like, dude, that microphone is 2 to 3 times better than your laptop one. Why the heck aren't you using that one?
Because Health is dumb and doesn't understand.
So he's just gonna record that on his Surface from now on.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous. I want a Surface.
Oh, he has a Surface 3. It's got like a Core i5. That's what we're doing all the art stuff for. So.
Nice.
It's pretty badass, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll quickly move into the plugs. So, as always, although we haven't fully gotten into this yet, more into that in a bit, but we still got the Bottoms Up website. That's bottomsup.webs.com. There you can find all the archived podcasts from the yesteryears and now, which are on Mediafire, as well as some of the more recent ones on YouTube. You can also check us out on Twitter, which is at Bottoms Up. We'll be posting on there when episodes get live, new content, as once again we'll get into in a little bit. And then we're going to start, as it's a little selfish of myself to be using my Twitch to be streaming the podcast. So transitioning into next week, probably, we'll actually start using, we do have a Bottoms Up Twitch, and we'll start using that again, because we did use that in the past to actually do live podcasts. This week's is not live, I should mention that. We're actually not doing this live just because it's so late. I just didn't want to bother to get all that set up. Just kind of this might be a quicker podcast, honestly, but it's just, I don't know, just kind of we're kind of busy and stuff like that. Just organizing this was pretty hectic. So
Odin, what time do you normally stream? Are we planning to stream?
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's gonna normally be on Thursdays at about 9 p.m. Eastern. That is the definitive time right now. If it doesn't work out for everyone in our group, we'll change it, but as of right now, that is the planned time. So Blue, we got some new stuff coming, don't we? Maybe?
I mean, you could call it new.
Right.
So as most people would know, currently our website is bottomsup.webs.com, correctly?
That's correct.
All right, I do have it memorized still. It's been a little while. Been quite busy too. And so currently I've been helping my girlfriend learning HTML, CSS, and PHP, which non-nerd speak, that's basically web pages. And so something that I've come across is that my old desktop, my little first one, so since I started back in 2008, which is an old Dell Inspiron 3000, and it's good enough as it is, but I'm going to basically turn it into a web server, or attempt to, and we're going to see where things go from there. But basically the idea is to kind of create our own website. I want to kind of create our own domain name, set up our own file server system, give us a little bit more control, because then I'll actually be able to write the PHP and the CSS myself, make the page look really good, new, fresh, some new things. Then with that, we're actually planning on some new projects. I know we were talking in text of some new things to do. I also have, like, you might also see some personal projects. Like for me, I have a few things that I might actually add just to the channel alone. Also, there's some projects kind of like stream nights. We'll also be able to kind of host some things through the server that way as well. Something that we plan to do kind of in the future as well with all this is, sadly, there's some money aspects that come into it. So something we plan to do is set up a Patreon and basically try and get some YouTube revenue flowing. Most of that revenue will be put into the server control and the money put into that. We're not really at the moment looking to kind of make a living off this. This is more of just trying to keep the server running and try and keep some of the costs down and all the equipment that we run when going through this. So, I guess overall, this is kind of the plan going forward. There's just some new ideas, some new fresh starts. It's kind of the revamp, as we like to call it, the relaunch of Bottoms Up as a whole. I know it's been kind of dormant for the past few years, and we had a good stride at the beginning with about, 26 episodes roughly?
I think we did about that, yeah.
And so we did really well, and that was kind of when we were all in college. Well, now that I've got about 4 more years of experience under my belt, and I'm quite the technical person that I am, I want to see what we can do with this and really build kind of a nice community and structure for Bottoms Up as it is. And maybe our fellow bots will be able to kind of pitch in some ideas. We would love to hear something that you would like to see from us. If that's just a kind of a future project as it is, or if you have something on the site you want to see. Currently it's just forums, RSS feed, so we can get things up on iTunes and Google Play. And then also to just kind of create I'm going to say a blog, but kind of like a news feed for anybody who wants to keep up to date on bot as a whole.
So 2 things. First off, it's kind of funny that you guys were in college and now me and Shots are in college. Like, it's kind of like a role reversal. 2, I wasn't keen on the bots thing until you just said it now. And as soon as you said our fellow bots, like it just like it was like I like that like so much.
Can it at least be bots with a Z?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That would be fine. We were gonna ask you though if you guys we want like a name for our fans. So if you're cool with that, then to be like, yeah, let us know, of course. But if you got any other ideas, of course, let us know. YouTube, our website, all these Twitter, all these sources. We can interact with you. We're really small right now, so we can definitely interact with everyone at this point. Yeah. But if you do want to see or hear anything in the future, once again, those sources, those forums on bottomsup.webs.com, definitely the best spot for that, as well as YouTube comments as well, definitely a good spot for that.
And just to note that the plan for the full relaunch of what will be our website, I'm shooting for Q1 of 2016. Due to being in the master's program that I will have actually a significant more amount of time come the next semester, and just actually, what's really weird for me, this will be the first time I actually get a month winter-long break, so I might go insane not having anything to do. But
you'll be working on this.
Yeah, well, I will. I'll do other things.
The grindstone.
So we'll see. We'll end up seeing how this ends up working, and I'm shooting for Q1 of 2016 to kind of relaunch the site. We're gonna see. I want to test the servers first and see if it's smart for us to do our own server or if it's to do our own web hosting somewhere else. But that's the plans going forward. So. No more hype stuff, but
no more technical.
No more technical stuff. I'm done with being the geeky guy that I am. So.
All right, let's get into the core of the podcast. So let's do the rundown. So at first, like always, we're going to tell you what we're playing. We each got a couple of titles we can talk about for a bit. Into our discussion topics, we've actually separated this, going back to more classic bot, where we got discussion topics and game releases. So first off, Blue's going to run over quickly, probably, how BlizzCon 2015 went and all the different events. Shots is going to talk about tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. We're going to have some predictions and some information that's kind of surfaced online already. Although, by the time you see this will actually have already happened. But we'll see how accurate we are. So I might talk about something if we do have the time. I won't tell you, just I don't want to get your hopes up if it doesn't happen. Game releases this week. We got 3, I would say, major releases. as opposed to like indie titles and stuff. These are 3 definite like big releases. So we got Star Wars Battlefront, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. And that's what that'll pretty much be ending the podcast on that, because we're not going to have any questions this week because we're not doing this live. But if you do have questions, once again, bottomsup.webs.com or the YouTube comments, the best way to, leave your questions, and we can get around to it next week. So, all right, Shots, what you playing, man?
Well, mostly my 3DS. Mostly. I haven't had a whole lot of time for console gaming, so I did make a purchase though, so I guess I'll talk about this first. And it's one of the creepiest games I've ever played, even though it's got like these PlayStation 1 graphics. Silent Hill. Oof, man, I have the PlayStation headset, so playing with the headset on just made the game a whole lot creepier, I think. The voice acting's god awful. Like, it's so bad. But just I don't know. It's got charm, and it's got guts. It's got gumption, and it was pretty terrifying at points, especially with like the little gray children with like knives walking around the hospital and stuff.
Did you beat it?
I did beat it. I got the worst ending possible.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, the game's really cryptic. That's my only real complaint about it, is for some of the puzzles, like, if I hadn't gone and been like, oh, well, like, how would you go about solving it, like, and spoiling it for myself, then I probably never would have beaten the game. It was really cryptic for a lot of the puzzles, so. And I've also been playing, and that's the only game I've been playing as far as consoles go. And then on my 3DS I've been playing Triforce Heroes, which, again, it's been getting a lot of hype in our podcast as of late.
I just don't have it. That's all it is, really. I'd like to play it, but
it's okay. It's annoying because it's very Monster Hunter-esque, and like trying to find parts for certain outfits and stuff, and kind of sucks that way. But
it's coming from the Monster Hunter guy, by the way.
I know, I hate it. I hate Monster Hunter, but I love Monster Hunter. It's a weird addiction. And then there's also, I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game on the 3DS, the like virtual console. I think that's what it is.
The Game Boy Color version, yeah.
Yeah, so nothing really special to say about that. I think I've got like 5 badges so far. I don't really have a really good deck. If you really want to see a good deck making person, you should watch Odin Spack's Let's Play of it.
That's right, to do Let's Play. The plug.
The plug, right?
Shoot out.
Shoot out. It all comes full circle. And then also Tales of the Abyss, which also Odin did a Let's Play of.
But not the 3DS one.
Not the 3DS one, but I just found the Tartarus actually because I was texting Odin about it earlier. I just found the Tartarus like literally like probably like 15 minutes before you texted me on Skype or whatever. So I found the Tartarus, and now I'm on my way to. It starts with an S. I can't remember what it's called. I gotta go put up
Sheridan.
Yeah, Sheridan. That's the one. Yeah. So that's what I've been playing. So Blue, what have you been playing?
Well, as it's mostly known, I like to play the smorgasbords of games. And we're gonna really bounce around here. But so I have in the past week, we can blame health. Him and his I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh got me like, well, I don't want to frickin' go buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards again, because that's a frickin' money hoard. I did it when I was younger. I don't want to do it anymore. So I decided to fire up Hearthstone. For those who don't know, it is a Blizzard Entertainment game. It is a free-to-play game that is on both mobile, on tablet, and on PC. And it is basically like the Pokemon trading card game. It is essentially I would say more like a Magic the Gathering style.
For sure, yeah. It's simple.
Card
it's fun,
game.
though.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. I really love it. I've been trying to get into I've been doing the daily quests trying to build up my card collection because you can basically play the game completely for free. I'm not looking to be competitive with it, so I'm kind of enjoying it as it is. I'm kind of reading up on some of the decks, kind of building it from there. I really recommend trying it on mobile. It really is good. It's not perfect. I still prefer the PC interface. I would love to try the tablet one because apparently it's the PC one, but tablet.
I have it on my phone, actually. It is actually pretty good on phones.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for me, I'm a big Blizzard fan, as you'll see later.
We know.
So for me, this is really big, and so I'm just trying to get into it and just understand the game. I'm really big into card games. I tried Magic for a little bit back in high school, but I could never really get into it because it was so big. This kind of feels that same way, but I'm trying to give it my honest try just because, one, it's free, and two, it's more that another issue with card games is I don't have a lot of friends that want to play it. So this gives me that option to play random people really easily.
Randy Bobandies.
I mean, it works. I mean, I'm just using. It's funny. I showed Health some good decks for the starting 9 classes that you can do, just to start to be able to do some of the dailies and start getting up a card collection, and they actually work pretty well. So then we jump into what I would argue. So where Hearthstone is this nice, warm, glow, fuzzy kind of game where you just sitting, have a nice beer. Around a fireplace playing cards. We're going to go to the world of Darksiders. I've been replaying this because I picked up Darksiders 2, the Definitive Edition. Yes, nice pun there.
Ouch.
That's the
bad.
pun. That's the name because the main character's name is Death.
Ugh.
Yeah. Personally, I like puns, so it makes me laugh. But I've been replaying it on Apocalyptic. I think is it Apocalypse mode, which is essentially the hardest. I'm just trying to get all the trophies and kind of polish it off. I wanted to replay it to kind of remember the story because I actually really love the Darksider world. It's very much, it's really, really interesting because it's basically the Three Kingdoms. Well, the gameplay is Zelda, but the second one won't be so much.
Also, just gotta say, what we're playing is very, very Zelda oriented this week because Darksiders is kind of Zelda-esque. So.
Right. I mean, maybe that's kind of the mood I was in when I want to play them, but to me it was more the story and the lore that I like about it. It's got a very similar art style to Blizzard when you look at it.
That's true. That's very true.
But the story is basically, for those who don't know, just a quick gloss over, is it's just between the kingdoms of man, heaven and hell, and it's basically the stories of the 4 horsemen and how they come and have to handle a kind of a plot-twisting series of events.
Which is an awesome song by Metallica as well. The 4 Horsemen, sorry.
True. No, I'd agree. But what's to me what makes it interesting is that each game is one of the different horsemen. So the first game is war. The second game is death. Now, they say they're working on the third, and I wanted to support them because this franchise kind of went down with the ship with THQ and then got sold off. And is now actually owned by Crytek, which is an amazing company.
They're good.
I was gonna say, the Crytek engine is only rivaled right now by the Fox engine.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, my
God.
I will always say that.
But basically, to me, that they've said that they've released the Definitive Edition, mainly for just to kind of generate some buzz around the series because I'm expecting E3 that they announced Darksiders 3. And so I'm really excited for that. I wanted the series. I was really sad that when they went under, I was like, wow, what a cliffhanger. You're halfway through the story, and you'll never see the end of it. So I really recommend it. To those who like Zelda, it's very much God of War meets Zelda. That's essentially Darksiders.
Also, with Devil May Cry, kind of.
That's what he's talking about, God of War.
I personally think it's more like God of War because the combo system that's in the game is more God of War than Devil May Cry.
But I feel like the items, though, the way that the items combo is like Devil May Cry.
You need to play more God of War. It leans far more God of War.
I don't know. I just know you get giant gauntlet gloves, and you can beat the hell out of people with these giant gauntlet gloves. And I feel like Dante with the fire gloves, where he's like Falcon punching the hell out of stuff. I think that was from Devil May Cry 2. I'm not sure. I have to brush up on my Another great series.
Actually,
I don't care what.
Oh, Devil May Cry, yeah. I would agree. I know they kind of burned out on that, but the funny thing is actually I have Darksiders on right now, grinding a trophy away while we're doing this. I literally have the controller tied, so he's running in a circle.
Oh, it's for one of those, like, he has to run so many miles.
I have to ride
or
on the
whatever.
horse for 100 miles. It's
That's
fantastic.
stupid.
It's just
So
stupid. I
dumb.
hate trophies like that.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Oh, put 20 hours into riding on your horse. Screw that. It's nonsense.
So, and then the third game, and this is to me, it's funny, when this game was released, everybody and their mother kept saying, Blue, have you played this? Blue, have you played this? I'm like, no. I didn't see the value proposition to this game when it came out, because it was $15, right? And I know it was getting huge buzz when it came out. And ultimately, in the past week, it was October 30th, I think at the same time the definitive version of Darksiders 2 came out. This game came out for $25 as a physical release, and that's Shovel Knight.
Now, did you get it for the 3DS or the Wii U?
Wii U.
Okay.
You can get it for Wii U, 3DS, PS4.
Why not Xbox One? Was there a reason?
I don't
for
know
that, or-
why that got canceled. They had it planned and then it got canceled. I don't know why. It confuses me.
That is weird.
It's really weird.
They
but
just don't like working with Xbox One.
But I need to spend the next 2 minutes selling this to Odin and why he needs to buy this.
I have it.
Did you buy the physical version though?
Oh no.
Okay, so the
I have it
physical
on my
version.
Wii U though.
The physical version is $25, so $15, but it comes in a case that is
Odin buy the
almost
game
identical. That is almost identical to an NES box. Like the
Odin
way it's
buy
laid
the
out in
game
the front
twice.
and the way it's laid out in the back. And then when you open it, it's got a 40-page manual with colored print and story and all of this extra goodies in it.
I
And
like how you're
No.
selling me on because there's a manual.
well, you know how it is. Like I miss this
Man.
stuff.
I don't know if you're going back because I'm always complaining that games don't have manuals anymore. So.
Right. Well, I'm in the
Odin.
same way. But 1 second.
Realistically, what he's saying is you have to buy the game.
I know I'm listening. Shots.
The big thing, though, and to me that I've learned from playing this game, and I'll get into it shortly, is that you get a free digital soundtrack with it.
That's pretty cool.
So all of that for an extra $10.
Wasn't it?
It's
Wasn't the
25.
music made by somebody who was really badass too? Like it
Oh my
wasn't
God!
some
Like, can I
Joe
just make a
Blow
note? And
show.
I know everyone knows the theme of this game, but it's the first level's theme that's like sold me
Yeah, it's
on
like
this
Strike.
music.
I think it's called Strike the Earth.
Yeah, it was so good.
You really just look up Shovel Knight OST and you'll find it. So
It's fantastic. But
I'm
overall,
pretty sure the dude who composed the Shovel Knight music's done like really like well with other games. I don't think it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
some like Randy Bobandy Joe Blow schmo.
No.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
no, I remember being somebody famous, and comic people can skewer me for not knowing. But basically, though, the game, for those who haven't seen it, I don't know how you've avoided the internet this long, but essentially it's Mega Man meets Zelda 2 meets Super Mario Bros. 3. It's the best way I can describe it. Oh, meets DuckTales.
Meets DuckTales.
Meets DuckTales. Sorry, my bad. Forgot that one.
Yeah, man.
What I was gonna say is, I'm surprised that you didn't think $15 was worth it at the time, because it's basically like the length of like a standard like NES Super Nintendo platformer, and those games when they were new were a lot more than that. I guess
Right.
we're just misskewed on how the
But
value of
but
games are now.
I would argue against that though, because yes, it's the same like length, but the difficulty, because of how this game is set up, checkpoint system like a modern game, the difficulty isn't there, right? So NES games, they were built short. You know, you can beat them in 2-3 hours. Some only an hour, but they were difficult. They're very difficult. So you had to sit there and replay them a lot. It was kind of like a simulated length,
Right.
you know. Where with Shovel Knight, you get the modern checkpoints. I'm sorry, it's not that hard. The internet can screw off and tell me that this game is hard. It's not that hard.
Yeah, well, you're also not playing on the like difficulty like. What would be the essential like comparison?
Yeah,
to
but
Bioshock's Big Balls mode.
You
or
got
whatever?
to think about it though. Most people aren't playing on that, and they're
Right.
gonna say it's too hard,
Right.
right? Most
Well, they're
people are
saying
gonna
it's
play it on
difficult, and I
normal.
was like, this game's not hard. It just isn't.
Well, those people are
Maybe it's because
whatever.
I'm used to these kind of games. I don't know, but it's just, to me, I like it. It's a beautiful game. Mechanically, it's sound. I like the world. They're really funny. So I recommend anybody picking up.
Although to that in that defense, Donkey Kong Country Returns is really hard.
Yes.
Even without being on the hard mode.
Oh yeah.
So Shovel Knight could suffer from the same syndrome, but Blue, you're also really good at platformers, so.
Yeah.
We
and
come
also,
from a different time.
right. But also the other reason why I like it is because of the constant free DLC that's coming to Shovel Knight right now.
Yeah,
So like the Plague of
Knight
Shadows.
one.
Yeah,
Plague of
I think
Shadows
that's
or
what
something like that?
Yeah, I think that's what me and Odin will be missing out on. Cause
No, you get it. If you bought it, you get it.
I bought it for $15.
Yep, you get it.
Yeah, you get it.
You get it,
as
bud.
long as you have it on
Yep.
anything, I think.
Yep,
right?
you get it for free. And then you also get
Cool
the
beans.
King's Knight one and the, I think it's Reaper Knight or whatever. Can't remember the other one. So there's 2 more still coming down
That's
the pipeline
awesome.
for free.
DLC,
completely
that
free.
Makes me happy. That makes
Right.
me happy.
So you get to play through the game against different characters, but
Yeah,
it
but it's-
changes the way it works.
But it's not
right?
just that. They also change the levels. They change them a little bit because the mechanics for each character is different.
That's really cool.
Like with the Plague Knight, it's more of a crafting based game now. So you have to kind of grind and craft up his stuff to make potions and to have special effects that way.
Because you can't bounce off enemies
Right.
anymore.
It's pretty cool.
That's neat.
I mean, for free, I'd pay for that.
Right.
That's free. So
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
yeah, my thumbs up there. Like I said, the internet was right. I give them credit for once they are.
All right.
Now, Odin, I've talked for a while. Would you like to talk a
Yeah.
little bit about the games you've played for a while?
Sure. Why not? Well, okay, so I didn't play Skyward Sword last week. I don't know why I put it on here, but
You've been playing it.
I have been
don't
playing it
know.
for stream, so I just want to get that out of the way. Spirit Tracks, I've been playing.
Beat it yet?
It was
or no?
kind of on and off. No, today I unlocked what I assume is the final area, but I don't know because Zelda games are always like that. So maybe I'm only at the halfway point, but it was actually pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. The what happens when you unlock the final area. Well, like I said, I don't know if it is, but the 4th area. I was gonna say 4th because I don't know if it's the final area or not.
Oh, it's
But
probably not.
it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat.
It's
but
Spirit Tracks that
I-
you're playing, right?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know if I said that. Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. It's on DS. It's the game that I randomed, and I've been playing it for a while now. But I just played on the bus. But something I was kind of playing, I came across this so random. So if I'm gonna just quickly mention this on here, part of another group. I'm part of like 8,000 groups. Let's be real here. But a bunch of us play games, right? It's Puddle Plains, and they're really big into Fire Emblem, and like it's like tons of inside jokes in that. And one of them, I'm so glad this happened though, because I wouldn't have found out otherwise. Is one of the characters in the game, right? We're always like making fun of him. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna search this in YouTube and see what comes up, right? And like what Fire Emblem related stuff would come up. And I find a video on this randomizer. I'm like, what's that? And I look at it, and it's the Fire Emblem game we're always playing, but all of the characters, they're the same characters, but they're all different classes. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I found out it was really simple to do, and now I've been playing that, and it's so much fun. It's like a new experience. If you guys have ever done the Pokemon randomizers on like Game Boy Advance or whatever, where like it changes what Pokemon appear on certain routes, it's like the same thing, except now your characters are different classes on Fire Emblem, and it's so much fun. It's because you can get classes that you wouldn't normally even get, like that are exclusive to like the enemies and stuff. And like the guy who made this program made it so that like everything works. Like so you can't really get stuck unless you get like really bad luck. But it's really cool. I'll probably link it in the show notes if you want to give it a shot. Of course, I can't link ROMs. You know, I don't want to get.
Don't want to encourage any of that nonsense. What are you talking about?
Get sued or anything or whatever. But
maybe a bottoms up stream in the future will happen for Fire Emblem randomized.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend checking it out. I'm gonna say it here. I actually want to do a project on my channel on it. Because
there
it's,
you go. We won't even have to do it.
So Odin, I have a question for you.
Yes.
For Fire Emblem, could you feasibly beat the game with only 5 characters?
Yeah, you can beat the game with 1 character.
So we need to do a randomized thing. Pick 5 characters, name them all one of us, and beat the game as that.
That it would be difficult to like. I'm not saying it's impossible, but just based on the way it works, because it's kind of like segmented into chapters and stuff. It might work. But yeah, we'll definitely look into that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Strategy.
And we'd have to get really lucky too, based on our classes.
We could do it on
if we got like 4 healers or something, it would be really lame. Awakening would be cool, but once again, you need like a 3DS capture card, and there's no randomizer for that. So.
Oh, and you can't. Can you name your characters?
You can name your main character, so as long as you use Street Pass and stuff like that, you could feasibly have a bottoms-up team, because you can Street Pass your own unit. So.
All right, guys, let's go meet up.
Yeah.
We need to do some street passing.
Yeah. We're gonna make the bottoms up Fire Emblem team.
Actually, shout outs to Illaweaver, who was like one of our original like listeners of this. She actually did do that at a.
She needs my character still. My character's a badass.
At a convention, like her entire Street Pass team is all made up of friends, which is really cool.
That is cool. That is really cool.
I forget what I did. I made him like a Myrmidon, and then I brought him from Myrmidon. I think I made him like a Dark Mage, and then I think I Master Sealed him, and he just poops on everything.
Well, yeah, when you change classes in that game, though, like your stats are already ridiculously high. It's a really easy game when you grind, but that's every RPG.
I would say if you were trying to get into Fire Emblem, that's definitely the game to start with.
Easy start for sure.
It's also the one that sold the best.
Yeah, because
Waifu Simulator.
No, I don't think that's why.
No, Odin, I would actually kind of side with Chris and say that did help a little.
What?
The Waifu
definitely
Simulator.
does, man.
It helped a little.
It definitely
bit.
does.
I guess.
The fact that you can get like yaoi stuff too going on, that'll be in the next thing.
Anywho,
the next one.
I'm done with my what
we're
playing. So let's move into discussion topics. Blue, if you want to quickly start us off here.
So as we said, or I said, earlier in the podcast, I'm a really big Blizzard fan. Mainly because I kind of grew up with the properties a lot. The very first property that got me into Blizzard games is Warcraft 3.
Mountain Dew and Doritos, right?
No, Warcraft 3. And I was just I remember going and playing this RTS for the first time and absolutely like obsessing over it. And so that's kind of what started my love of Warcraft, and then StarCrafted through my best friend, and actually StarCraft overtook Warcraft in terms of an RTS standpoint. And then Odin got me into Diablo, which is cool. So
yeah, we did it. We did a project.
Yeah, we actually did, and I stayed up really late for that project.
And that was some rough stuff.
Oh yeah, but anyways, overall, I've liked all of their series, and so they have this big convention called BlizzCon. They've been doing it since I think 2006, basically since the height of World of Warcraft. And so I have been paying attention to this since I think 2010. That's when I really got big into. I finally had some money. I could start buying some. Like I have every collector's edition since 2010. And so I've been really big into following all that. And so BlizzCon happened last week, and it's a really big kind of convention. They kind of bring updates to all their series. And so kind of the big updates that kind of happened. One, a new World of Warcraft expansion happened. Woo! I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. I get excited for these things, but
the trailer was cool.
Oh yeah, trailer was awesome. I mean, let's be honest. I want Blizzard to merge with Pixar, or Pixar to come to Blizzard, and they just make movies with that engine. Because those cinematics,
really nice.
Those cinematics take them a year to make, and they're only like 3 minutes.
Never,
they're only 3 minutes long.
Never happen.
Oh.
Never.
I guess they have a small team probably doing it. So
yeah, it's about probably 10 to 15 people probably doing it.
Which isn't crazy.
Right. So
what are the chances of that happening? Like
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
1,000 billion?
Ever.
Yeah,
Disney,
ever. It won't ever happen.
Disney owns Pixar, and unless Activision gets purchased by Disney, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Well, I was gonna say unless like unless Pixar really needs to work on a movie about goblins and orcs and elves and stuff, and help with like designing those characters.
And they're targeting the teenage area because that's what the art style's more like. But anyways, yeah. But I mean, the World of Warcraft, it's Legion, and it's based off of. It's kind of like this is if I were to say there's an expansion to end all expansions, this is kind of it. So for those who don't know, the story for this is basically the Burning Legion is coming, and the Burning Legion is essentially the big bad enemies of the World of Warcraft.
Right.
Like the world, that actual world of Azeroth.
The Lich King?
Right.
No, not the Lich King, but I mean, they made the Lich King. Let's just say that. So they're
They've
finally
made
coming,
the
and
Lich
this
King the
and since just to give a small recap, the Burning Legion has conquered every planet that they've ever walked on. They've been to Azeroth twice and have lost both times. So this is the third time they're coming, and they mean business, essentially, is what's happening with this expansion, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's cool for lore purposes, but I don't got the time to sink into a world of MMO. So for those who are happy, I'm happy for you. I mean, those demon hunters look really sick. Can't lie. That looks really fun. And I'll probably try it here or there just because I do that with all my MMOs. Next was announced was basically a Hearthstone expansion, which is it's like the World Explorers. I think that's the name of it. Nobody saw this one coming.
This is.
I don't know if I like the new cards coming into it because they have this ability called not display, discover, and basically what it is you get 3 random cards of all the possible cards in the game, and you get to pick one of them, and it goes to your hand. And to me, that's too random, and I don't think it's really gonna hit the meta really well. So
Hearthstone is very random, though, right?
Yes and no. There's a meta flow to it.
I know. I'm just saying there's definitely a lot of things that it could not be an actual card game because of.
Oh yeah.
Well, you'd have to modify and change stuff,
right.
Of course.
So, to me, though, they showed off something really cool. I don't know if you guys saw, but they basically announced this 3-card combo called the Golden Monkey Statue.
No, I didn't see it.
And basically what happens is you lay down this one card. I can't remember. It's a legendary. You lay it down, and what it does is it puts the map to the Golden Monkey card into your deck randomly. Then if you can draw that card and lay it on the field, it then puts the Golden Monkey Statue card into your deck. And then if you can pull that, then if you can pull that card and put it out on the field, your entire deck and hand gets transformed into nothing but legendaries.
The Temple of Ink.
So it's basically like GG, game over kind of status.
Right, you win.
But I mean, you have to go through your deck 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of random. But it's fun. I need to really try out the expansion because this is more like an adventure. So there's 2 different kinds of things with Hearthstone. There's the adventures, and then there's actual card sets, right?
Right.
The adventures, they give you kind of like 20 to 40 cards that actually matter to the meta and actually can do some things. But they're more like single player story stuff.
Right.
So if you want to do it, and they cost about $25 a pop.
Or
you can get them for free. Yeah, or you can get the gold in the game and use them for free, which is cool. I like that. So this one is one of those, and so I'm quite excited for that. The big thing though that kind of came out of this whole convention for me. Now, you want to know something?
Oh no!
I got to see a slice of this trailer for the Warcraft movie a year ago.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
Blizzcon
I couldn't show anybody anything from it. This thing looks so amazing. Like the CG in this trailer is amazing. For those who don't know what they did to shot this, like to actually get to make the orcs like realistic and human, what they do is they had the cameras streaming the CG into the lens for the people who were recording. And so when they were doing the CG scenes, like the recording of it, the cameraman would actually see the orc on top of the human playing the movie.
That's pretty cool.
So they could really get that emotion piece when actually taking it. So it's like Avatar next level. But I got to see this. I had to sit for a year, and I'd be like, I can't wait till you see the trailer. And everybody's like, yeah. And I was like, but it's so good. Well, then it finally got to be released, and it was really good. At least in my opinion it is. To me, it's Lord of the Rings style of a movie. So for those who like Lord of the Rings, you're really going to like this. And the CG is phenomenal. It's an entire cast of no-name people.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And that's really cool. I like that. I think that it's kind of like the Game of Thrones kind of effect. So I recommend anyone seeing it. Have you, either of you? I know Odin, you've seen it. Chris, you probably haven't, right? Or Shots, you haven't seen it, right?
I have not seen it. No.
Yeah, we'll link that once again. In the notes.
I would recommend anybody to go check that out.
It comes out like June, I think.
June of 2016.
June of 2016.
Which actually is a month later than they initially said, which was May 2016.
Oh, I had something else too.
I know all the good things about Blizzard. I'm just not a huge. I don't know.
Oh right, it's based on the original game.
Yep, it's based off
on
Warcraft
Orcs
1.
versus Humans.
Yes, it is. So Chris, since you don't know anything about Warcraft, you can go play. You can go watch this movie, and it'll bring you into the universe.
Obviously, World of Warcraft is based on Warcraft, but no, this isn't. This movie is not based on World of Warcraft. It's based off
I know.
Warcraft.
I know it's
the
based on.
original
I know
game.
Warcraft and World of Warcraft are different, but I don't know. Just that entire.
Trust me.
section, I
Did
don't
you
know,
like
maybe.
Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
I like The Hobbit. Yeah.
Okay, watch this movie. Trust
Alright.
me.
Show you the
watch
trailer.
this
Maybe
movie.
you'll think differently.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It looks cool.
Maybe.
Then other things.
I just. You said Avatar, and that's where you lost.
No.
me,
The
'cause I wasn't
Avatar
a big
level of
fan
CGI.
Avatar.
The CGI of it.
Okay.
Like how,
Well,
like the technology that was put behind it. That's what I'm getting at. Don't
okay.
think like the story. No. It's not like that way at all. But
I
now
don't know,
just
Avatar sometimes looked weird too to me. I don't know.
oh,
I'm
it's
weird,
because
though,
it's
so.
super like realistic and it's like whoa.
Yeah.
But just to kind of do some other claim, they did some smaller stuff. One, StarCraft 2 gets future DLC, like paid, like single player missions. I'm super excited for that. Then they
Okay.
announced a whole bunch of stuff for that I'm really excited for. And they actually showed the trailer to the first DLC that's going to come. They just started it now. They announced that they were just starting the development for it now. They're hoping to do it in spring of 2016. And they want to do it like every quarter or every half a year. Add some
That's
DLC
cool.
stuff to keep the lore going till StarCraft 3. Their big
Right.
plan is StarCraft 2 is going to be a 10-year game. So they're going to really like push, like extend it, which is
Yeah,
good.
That's
what-
like since
that's
the
pretty much what
original
we-
launch of StarCraft 2.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
that's pretty much what we thought. Like we were talking about that in the last podcast.
Yeah, the last podcast we were talking about how Blizzard has last ability in their games.
Which is amazing. That's my favorite thing about it. Like I can go back and play any of their games. Like to me, the StarCraft 2 engine still looks amazing. You look at
People
it, it still looks beautiful.
I was gonna say people are still playing Diablo 2, and like even leading up to Diablo 3, there was a ton of people still playing Diablo 2.
Which is funny
And
to
I-
me because Diablo 3. I know you're gonna hate me to say this, Odin,
I know you're gonna
but
say
it's
it,
but it's in the
whatever.
top 10 best-selling games of all time.
Oh, I don't hate that now because it's good now.
Yes, Reapers of Souls really helped.
Reaper's Souls like turned it into a brand new game.
It's
You know,
fantastic.
you know what upset me about BlizzCon? Where was Diablo?
Um,
The fudge.
They did have a panel for it, and they're talking about the future for it. I think next year you're going to see an expansion. I really do.
Okay.
I think it's going to
That's-
happen. I mean, they left a
that's-
story. They left like no
They
offense.
did,
There's a
so-
cliffhanger at the end of Reaper of
Yeah,
Souls.
there's definitely a cliffhanger.
So there's going to be a story. Don't worry. Blizzard knows its fan base, even if it's a smaller minority. Which I'm sorry, Diablo 3 has sold, like I said, in the top 10 games of all
Yeah.
time. I don't think they're like saying, "Oh, Diablo's dead." It's not. So. Other big news, Overwatch got a release date, and it's coming to console. Overwatch, I am super excited for this game. People don't know this. I'm a big Team Fortress 2 fan. This game is amazing. I played it, obviously, the beta of it. Watch this game. I'm telling you, it's going to be $40 if you want to just buy the basic version, and then $60 if you want to get all the extra stuff. So I don't know how else to say it, but it's a first-person shooter from Blizzard. I can't wait to try it, like, more in depth. So.
Blizzard makes a good game, so honestly, it's gonna be good. Like, who are we kidding?
Yep, and then they announced other things like Heroes of the Storm, Heroes, and a new arena mode and all that kind of stuff, but nothing of like massive significance. Like I said, more to the StarCraft 2 and stuff. And that's pretty much BlizzCon in a nutshell. I mean, I got to watch a lot of really good tournaments. If you want to watch really good esports and you want to know what it's like,
You want to
That's-
watch Koreans dominate
you-
in a
just-
single-handedly in a
watch.
sport.
I want to take a clip from the StarCraft 2 scene. They don't lift their hand off the keyboard and it just keeps moving. I couldn't.
Isn't there like input like 300 commands per like minute? Or something
300 actions per minute on average.
stupid? Yeah,
That is
that's stupid.
5 key presses per second.
that's just stupid. I'm sorry. That's just.
You need to watch
this
their
needs
hands.
emphasis. This needs emphasis. That's just fucking stupid.
It is skill. I have to tip my hat, but I there's no way I could do it. No way. So, but yeah, that's BlizzCon in a nutshell. I tried to speed run that as best I could. Sorry for that taking a little bit long. Just a lot of news kind of
That's
came
alright.
out of that. So,
All right,
That
shots, take us in here.
Well, so tomorrow there's
Well,
supposed
when
to,
we're recording this,
it'll be up. It'll have happened already, but we will be having a mini cast. So there's this little segment video making predictions, which will probably be up Friday, say Sunday. When?
Sunday.
This is Sunday.
Okay, and then we'll have a mini cast that comes up probably shortly after on Monday or Tuesday.
If that happens.
I mean, we might just roll it into the next week. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever happens, something will happen. We'll talk more in depth about the Nintendo Direct, but this is just basically predictions we have and any sort of thing we see, any crazy thing you see Nintendo kind of trying to do, which who knows, because they're crazy people over at Nintendo.
Can I take a second just to say, holy media blitz we're getting? I mean, look, we had the Paris games, we had BlizzCon, we had the Nintendo Direct, we'll have the PlayStation Experience next month, and then in January there'll be another Nintendo Direct.
Is there?
There will be at the beginning of the year, and I guarantee you that's when things kind of kick the ball rolling.
Yeah, they'll probably have a Nintendo Direct to kind of like.
Where's Microsoft?
Being Microsoft.
Well,
they're saving all their stuff for E3 hype. They know where the real.
Oh, they did it. They did a phenomenal job at Gamescom. If you want a few games that you want to buy for your Xbox One in 2016, check out Gamescom 2015. There's some really good games there. So.
But anywho.
Let's you know what? I think we should start. I'm gonna switch the order on this a little bit, not too drastically, but Twilight Princess HD. Let's start with that bad boy, because I think this is pretty much a given. Like it's like 90% confirmed going to happen. I don't see this not happening. Twilight Princess HD. I think it gets announced. As for how I think it gets out, I think it's gonna be digital, and I think it probably goes out when the by the time the Direct is over. That would be my guess. Because there's been so much like testing of it on the eShop and stuff. I could really see that happening.
So is this just going to be the Wii port, or is this going to be a complete remake?
I think it's an HD port, and I think it's going to cost more, but I couldn't see it being like a Wind Waker price, because I don't know how well Wind Waker HD sold. I couldn't imagine very well.
It's still pretty well.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I have some thoughts. I actually saw them now because as soon as you start thinking about things, it all comes together. So one of two possibilities I'm thinking of. One, yes, it's just because they have Wii Virtual Console games. They just released as a Wii Virtual Console game. Could happen. It seems pretty viable, honestly. Two, there's supposed to be that new, basically Club Nintendo sequel coming out, like the new program that's going to be, like Play Nintendo or whatever it's called.
My Nintendo.
Yeah.
My Nintendo. And for some reason, I think they're going to mention that, and it's going to somehow come into this. Only reason I'm bringing that up is because I think if there is a Twilight Princess HD, I think it's going to come bundled with a console, like Wind Waker HD was, and then they're going to start implementing like the play coins or whatever it is with it. So that's why I think that's going to come together like that. I don't know. It's just a hunch. Obviously, these are just predictions.
It's kind of funny. I actually was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like when you like oh, it all came together. I literally was having a very similar thought. I was like, oh, they could pitch it for March, but I could also see it being released this year. Like I said in the investors meeting, they said they have unreleased titles for 2015 still, unannounced, unreleased. So I mean, they better hurry up. They only got a month and a half. I don't know how you get a hype train going in a month and a half. So,
go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, I don't know, Twilight Princess HD, just because of all the tinkering they've been doing, I could see it being straight digital release, maybe. I don't know, because they're trying to go digital as well, right? So.
Yes and no.
You guys know my thoughts on most digital stuff. I'm definitely not gonna buy it for full price.
I agree.
No.
I'm on your side on that.
So if they try to market this as a $60 game like they did with Wind Waker and bundle it,
I would hope that they
no.
don't. I would hope it'd be like a 39, maybe 49, because
Oh,
realistically, Twilight Princess has the resolution already for HD. It's just dumbed down by Wii graphics.
sorry,
Not
it
really.
was a
No.
$60 game back when Canadian price tag new games were $60. Now they're like $80. So if they're gonna try to sell this to me for $80, I'm gonna be like, screw you, Nintendo.
You guys are on some drugs.
I'll just wait till you release Mario Kart 9 with a free promotion to download one of your games, and I'll pick Twilight Princess HD. That's what I did with Wind Waker for Mario Kart 8, and hey, I haven't even beaten it. So
Best decision of my life.
Just as a small note, Wind Waker HD was $50 when it released.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the physical. I would agree with the
Still
digital.
a ton of money.
You and I have different side
I
standpoints
don't
on
know.
this.
Considering the
What?
GameCube the GameCube version goes for $70 to $80.
I'm not okay. That's scalping. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, no. I'm not saying there's not a lot of content in Wind Waker, if that's what you're getting at, but it's still just a port of a game that came out many years ago.
But it's not just a port. That's what I'm trying to argue, is that it's not just a port.
It's
It's
not.
a whole
It's
new
not.
engine. It's a whole new... there's a whole bunch of new art assets. And so they actually put some actual work into it. It's not like they... Like, a port is, I take the same code, I drop it into the new system, and I up the resolution.
You're right.
That takes no work.
We had an argument on this the other day with Twilight Princess.
Right. Wow, no, that's a whole nother different thing.
That's not right now.
No.
That's, no.
Wait,
I don't want to
I'm
do
not
it. I don't want to
doing
do it verbally. It was bad enough in text.
So, no, I mean, you guys know my thoughts on Twilight for the most part. I mean, I agree, it's coming. So I don't have much more to put into it. So.
All right, shots. What are we talking about next here?
Let's go with Minecraft Wii U, because apparently that comes out tomorrow.
What? Coming out tomorrow? I heard it. I heard we IGN and stuff were just talking about it.
I don't know. I was reading the group me chat and somebody said it comes out tomorrow, or maybe somebody was confused and was like, it comes out tomorrow. And forgot to put a question
TM
mark.
had said that it's possible to be announced tomorrow.
It'll probably be announced tomorrow.
All right.
It's
Well,
Minecraft on Wii U.
Woo.
Whoopie-doo. Obviously a big thing. Minecraft's like, you know.
I mean,
one
I
of
thought
the biggest
Blue would be a
selling
little
games
bit more
ever.
hyped for that, but he's got it on PC, so
And PS4.
and PS4. So
I
I
was-
don't think there's much
I was
need
saying
for
if
it.
TM gets this on Wii U, I'm calling him a fanboy for life of Nintendo. Because there's no excuse if he couldn't have had this on anything else.
Very true.
You think so?
I actually
Oh,
think,
awesome.
knowing going to his place, I think he actually had Minecraft on 360. Like, I think he had bought it, like the physical version of it. But I
Okay.
could be wrong, and I'm not gonna put a game in his collection unless I absolutely know it. So.
We love you, TM, but we love you. There's no buts.
But if you do this, we're cutting you off. You cut loose.
I'm gonna point it out for a while, for sure. It will be a running joke.
All right. Let's talk about delays because I had a bunch of jokes going on. So
Oh, what's left to come out this year that would be delayed?
I think it's more of what comes out in the first half of 2016.
I was gonna say, because like Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming out in like a week or two.
I
isn't
know
it?
I was gonna make a joke.
December
It's just like,
7th.
Xenoblade will not come out. It's not ready.
December?
Yep, December 7th.
It could get. I don't know.
No,
Is
it's
there
coming
any-
out. It'll come out. Don't worry.
Is there anything else?
Zelda
I mean,
gets
other than
delayed
what we're
again.
going to talk about later for Nintendo, the one other one that's coming out on Friday is the Amiibo Festival. But if they delay it within the next 2 days, I think some realtors will be really mad. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Let's hope they do and make a better game.
Hey, you say that, okay? I'm actually going to argue a point here where I was like, I hated this game. I was going to buy it because my girlfriend loves Animal Crossing and she wanted me to pitch half of it. And I was like, whatever, we'll play it together. The board game looks really dumb. But that island adventure game sounds awesome. Look that one up. At least give that one.
I've heard that.
That
but
looks awesome. At least
guess
in my
what?
opinion.
It looks terrible.
Guess what? Animal Crossing sucks.
No, like I said, I don't hate on Animal Crossing. However,
I do.
Amiibo Festival does not look like I want it at all. Ever.
No.
I already got burned with Mario Party 10. I'm not getting burned again.
Like I said, tried explaining last podcast. Mario Party DS is actually really fun if you can local play it with friends. Really fun. Even though it's like random and luck based and hardly
Mario
ever
Party.
skill based.
Welcome to Mario
I
Party.
would say it's fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a look though, Blue.
No, I'm being dead serious, like, just because of how the card mechanic works. I don't want to go into it here now, but it really is kind of cool. So, delay-wise, though, I think the only thing that could argue is Star Fox.
Well, it is getting delayed.
Well, no,
Well,
even
yeah,
further.
it's already been delayed.
Further.
Oh,
Even
further?
further. You think it could get delayed to the NX is the question.
No.
It's not gonna,
No.
I think Zelda could. I think Zelda will.
I will. If that would be a bold
It's
prediction.
gonna have a Twilight Princess style relaunch.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
if
they
it'll be-
want to use the gamepad, unless they bring the gamepad over to the NX.
They don't care. Who are we kidding? We don't care if they use the gamepad or not. They want it to sell well.
Yep. They want to make money.
That's true.
So I don't know. I mean, it was just an idea because I know Chris was being a troll earlier, and I was just thinking if there's any delays that anybody really thought through. I can't really see any others.
Xenoblade.
New
No.
Pokemon. Sorry, I just what?
Yeah. So
Pokemon Z is my guesstimation for the announcement of the title, and it's gonna have all of the 6th gen starters Mega Evolve, like Mega Sceptile, Mega Delphox, and Mega.
Sceptile's 3rd gen.
Or not Sceptile, sorry, Mega Chestnut or whatever. Chestnut, I screwed up. Whatever.
I was like, I recognize that name, so that ain't new.
Yeah, sorry, Chestnut. I meant Chestnut. Chestnut, Delphox, and because what's his face? Greninja. Just he has a little Mega Evolution coming out, and they also have that new Z form or whatever, and also that new Mewtwo form. It has to be. There's no way. It's got to be Pokemon Z.
yeah, I would agree. And the reason why Odin, you're looking at like Pokemon, why it's like new Pokemon, why is that up there? It's mainly because the CEO of the Pokemon company said to pay attention to the Direct tomorrow. Now
Right.
that could either be a new Pokemon game
Could be a Pokken
or
tournament,
it could be Pokken Tournament. Could be one of the two.
Yeah, that's true.
which looks really cool, by the way.
Oh,
Shoutouts
fantastic.
to Harada. Every stream, shoutouts to Harada.
Oh, man, it's not even related.
Yeah, he is. He's the maker of
I
Tekken,
know, but, ugh.
and that's Pokemon.
But
I
didn't you
know.
hear he's an extra character in Street Fighter V?
Man, best
Shut
character
up.
announcement ever. I love Harada, man. He's my hero.
Ah.
All right,
If I
Smash
can't
Ballot.
if I can't love Hideo
Dude.
Kojima, I'm gonna love Harada.
Do we know who the top 3 are in the Smash Ballot? I mean, obviously Shovel
Shovel
Knight is
Knight.
No,
number
it's just-
1, but
Without a doubt, he's getting in the game. Like
Just whatever
like,
you
I'm
say.
not. It's not even a guess at this point. He's gonna be in Smash Bros, guys. So when that happens, don't even act surprised, because we know that.
Yeah, I could see Shovel Knight. I would also.
No shots. It's not. We could see. No, he is. Okay, he's probably already coded for the game.
If
in
he's
the game.
not, I'll be surprised.
He's got a dang amiibo. He's getting in. He's getting in the game. Okay.
It's
so
true. He
so
does have
just
a
for
little
you,
thing.
Odin, when it does get announced, I'm gonna come on here and be like, "Oh my God, did you guys hear?"
Yo, you know what's funny? I've been listening back to the old podcast because like I want to reference stuff, and one of the things like back the year before Smash 4 came out, and we were talking about Mega Man. TM's like, you know, the when they announced Smash 4 at the next E3, they're gonna have Mega Man in it, and then it happened. It's pretty funny. I mean, obviously anyone could guess Mega Man could be in it because that's what we wanted, but.
That was pretty badass, though.
Who could make the final cut for that? Honestly,
Well, let's do some process of elimination here, based off of some things that we've seen on the internets. Okay. K. Rool got a costume. I think K. Rool's out. I don't think.
I don't.
K. Rool's coming
I think costumes further grant a chance. Honestly,
out. You do.
because there's costumes. Well, Captain Falcon's got a costume. I guess he's not going to be in Smash Brothers.
He's already in there, though.
That's my point.
So you think they're gonna? What if they add Monster Hunter character, like the Monster Hunter hunters?
I'd rather have the kitties from Monster Hunter.
That'd be cool.
No, they wouldn't have the kitties. They wouldn't have the felines. They'd have the hunters, and then probably depending on what armor you chose, they'd do like fire damage, water
Oh my
damage,
lord,
thunder
complicated.
damage.
No, they're gonna put the Gormagala as a playable character. In the game.
Well, that would make sense for the purple energy, and the purple energy, as you got like spit away, would do like damage to you and stuff. It'd be like the frenzy enemy. It'd be pretty cool, actually. I
But
could see that.
Ridley though, too big though.
Too big, yeah. Ridley's way too
Gormagala, that's right.
big. Gormagala, perfect
That's
size.
pretty good.
If Gordon
You get-
Gordon
no, you get to
Gallon
fight- you
gets
get
in
to
the
fight
game,
people.
Ridley needs to be in the game.
You get to fight people as the Great Jaggy.
Just a regular Jackie.
Just a regular Jaggy. Yo, man,
Okay,
hit checks
I'll,
for
I'll put
days.
I'll put my hopefuls. Okay, I think potentials. All right, for characters. Up until I would say the events of this year, I would have put Snake in there honestly, but Konami pretty much is like we hate everything. So I don't think I can put Snake or even Simon Belmont or something like that in there.
Or Billy Rise.
Say, hey, Odin, Konami's just on, or Kojima's just on vacation.
Yes, he's just on vacation.
Don't worry about it. We got this.
I hope so, man. Like, I hope they're not being
You guys follow that fake? There's like I can't the CEO of
No.
It's like I can't remember his name, but it's like a troll account. And I retweeted it when it came out, and he's like, "Don't worry, guys. Kojima just went up to the store to buy a pack of cigarettes. He'll be back soon."
No, I did see that.
But so Shovel Knight, I think, good chance. This might sound lame, but if we start seeing some more Fire Emblem stuff, I could see Chrom getting in as an actual character. I could see it happening. They already have the model there for him. There's no reason it couldn't happen. The only thing that would suck about it is being another stupid Fire Emblem character in the game.
I'm sorry. Sit in the camp. I don't want another one.
But yeah. I could see it happening. I could see Chrom getting in.
I think people are stupid if they're voting for Chrom, and I hate them. I hate every single one of them.
Wow.
If there is a Namco rep, I don't think it'll happen still, because Namco made the game. I would love to see Lloyd Irving get in, and he has a costume. But as far as Smash Ballot goes, I don't know if that's
Lloyd Irving.
I don't know. He's the main character of Tales of Symphonia.
Oh,
he actually has a costume in the game.
Ah, okay.
He did have a pretty
cool.
big following. What about that Geno character? People were really hyped about him for a while.
See, that's the thing. I was thinking, not necessarily about Geno, but the thing I had thought about is, they're pushing back this direct a while. Maybe they were looking to get the legalities of the Smash Ballot worked out. Maybe it won't work out, but who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna move on and let you guys talk.
They have to go to Square Enix, right?
Yeah, Square Enix. Squeenix.
I don't really have much for this, but I did think of one, and I know Chris would like this. But you know how they have the Heihachi costume? I would actually really like Heihachi to be in it, so you could have a Ryu Heihachi fight. Because I always like that.
Cool.
I always like that idea. You take those two together.
That is pretty
I wouldn't mind that.
Man,
do that Street Fighter cross Tekken.
Man, Heihachi's just a badass, guys. Can we just all agree that Heihachi is a badass?
I can agree to that.
He threw his own son off a cliff.
We talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago.
I know, but it's just it was 2 weeks ago, actually, and he's just such a badass.
And this is the look into Chris's mind. He likes to see the same reel over and over.
Heihachi throwing his son off a cliff over and over and over.
This is how Shots gets through his day.
I remember that.
Anything else, Blue?
No, I got nothing else. I told you I don't really have much for this.
Shots, you got anything?
Well, I don't know. I think it'd be, as far as I think, it'd be cool to see King K. Rool, because I know he was pretty hyped up. But I don't know. I don't see any of the costumes being brought in. I think the costumes are pretty definite things that are these are nods to your suggestions, but we just can't get the licensing for these guys because it'd just be too much of a hassle.
They have to be able to. If they have the licensing for the costumes, I don't see why they don't have the licensing for the characters.
Maybe, I don't know. That's true too, right?
Nintendo owns K. Rool. I don't understand why people keep thinking Rare does. They have no property over any kind of Donkey Kong related stuff. That's why Diddy and Dixie Kong exist in Tropical Freeze.
I know, it's kind of stupid. Rare made characters and stuff. Why weren't the Kremlins used and stuff? But who knows, right? Maybe it'll be in the 3rd edition. They'll bring the Kremlins back, and then Kiddy Kong will also make a comeback.
Oh God.
Let's not have that.
Yes, please. I'm in the camp of I don't want that.
No Kiddy Kong.
No.
Kiddy Kong for Smash.
Oh, I'm good with no.
All right. I don't know. Honestly, my 3 characters are always the Konami characters, but it won't ever happen. It won't ever happen, so...
No Konami DLC for you. Is there any bold predictions, anyone, before we move on to game releases?
Well, if I were to think of one, I think more or less we're going to get a release date or a release window for that Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei game.
That's what I was saying, right?
That's my only big bold prediction I think that could happen.
Cross it up with Chrom DLC.
Sure. Or maybe we'll get. Nah, I would assume the new Fire Emblem might be waiting, but maybe they'll do both.
Oh
at the
yeah,
same time.
Fates. What about Fire Emblem Fates?
Yeah.
You think they'll do the same thing they did the last direct, where they're like, here's some Smash characters, now they're downloadable, go get them. Think they'll do that again?
Oh, I guarantee you it would be that way if they're gonna do that.
You know, it'd be cool. Like, you know how like, do you know like Final Fantasy VII remake was like announced at E3, and they put like Cloud Strife in the game.
That'd be cool. But
That'd be awesome.
I would be more like it. The way you said that, it made me think of I want a Super Mario 64 like remake, real bad, like just an HD remake in Galaxy settings, or I will take a Super Mario Galaxy HD remake, like absolutely from the ground up. But
That's my bold prediction. Cloud Strife
And
in
Smash.
Smash Bros. Not happening.
Definitely.
If it does, then you can lose it on me. But Shovel Knight, nah, don't care.
Shovel Knight's definitely. I think Shovel Knight's like a guaranteed.
it's okay.
You know who
next
else I
week.
think is guaranteed?
Who?
Tony Montana from Scarface. I think he's.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. He's
He's a-
you know,
I
Oh.
think he's an iconic Nintendo character.
I think we can just quickly run over game releases honestly this week, because even though there is a really big release coming out, I think we've pretty much talked about
Pretty much.
well, except for the last one. So Blue, just bring this up quickly. These will all be released this week, by the way, because this comes out on Tuesday or on
So
Sunday.
since it's not put on this list, because Odin does not like the game,
Oh, did I
please
miss-
remember the Animal Crossing.
Oh no,
Amiibo
no, we
Festival
talked
comes out
we
Friday.
talked about it
Ah,
last week.
Too bad, I'm saying it.
Okay.
Go get your Animal
It was-
Crossing.
But it'll be out by now.
Blue's just
That's
mentioning
true.
it because it's for his girlfriend.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah,
like
'cause she
last
totally
we released.
listens to this.
I'm just saying we released it last Sunday, and we said like for the upcoming week.
Okay,
and
I
it's
got
on
it. I
Friday.
got you.
We don't worry. I trashed on it then, so we're good.
Trashed on it then, trashed on it now. Let's trash on it next week. Trash on it the week
No,
after
it'll
that.
it'll be out, and I won't care anymore.
Unless I bring it
Crossing
up
is
and I'm
poop.
just like, Odin, it's
Ugh.
the best thing ever. You don't know what you're missing.
It's the next X-Men Destiny.
Anyways, so
Doesn't
the big
have
game.
Carver, 0 out of 10.
So the big game of this week is going to be Star Wars Battlefront. And like Odin said, we've kind of said this all. It's coming out Tuesday, November 17th, 2015, for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I could say the world's kind of hyped for it.
I mean, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Building off the big build, obviously, of a month later, we'll have the first Star Wars film in a while.
So
You-
excited.
You know what my
So-
hope is, though? Like, you know how when Battlefield 4 came out, it had all those, like, problems and glitches and stuff?
Don't do that. Why do you wish bad things about people who want this game?
I didn't realize these actually do release a month apart. I'm pretty sure Star Wars is December 17th.
December 18th. But yes, close enough.
Close enough.
But, as I was saying, I really hope it doesn't have that problem where it just comes out
Okay.
and it's just the servers are fact, everything is just fact, the game is useless, and it's being fixed for, like, weeks.
The funny
'Cause-
thing is with Battlefield 4 is it actually ended up being pretty good once everything was fixed.
But it took forever, didn't it take, like, a month?
Try 3 to 6.
Jesus Christ. See what I'm saying? You pay $60 for a game to play it online, and you have to wait 3 to 6 months for it to be good. That's worse than like Bethesda. I'm sorry, that is. It's way worse than Bethesda. Bethesda, at least with their glitches, some of their glitches can be fun, and some of them are actually kept in because they are fun. That's just horrible. That's just bad polishing. That's just bad.
Yep.
Come on.
So
Finish your games, guys. Come on. What is this?
no, I could say most of the world is excited for the game. I want it, but I'm like, I need to wait. I don't know. I've just been in this mood now on new releases. Unless I know the series like deep to my core, I hold off. I wait.
Kind of the same boat. I just don't want to spend the money. I'm sure it'll be great, but like, Star Wars is great, but it's still another shooter, and
I'm just gonna
you know,
wait.
if that would have came out like years ago when shooters weren't as predominant, like I'd be fine with it. But in the age of everything being a shooter, it's kind of like,
I would argue that's going away personally. I think open world games are kind of more of that thing now, but
yeah.
Yeah, with the box.
So much
box
open
worlds or
world
whatever,
gaming.
Yeah. That's true. Sandbox worlds and stuff. Yep.
All right, so we talked about this briefly last week because someone actually asked us about it, but Mario Tennis Ultra Smash comes out Friday, November 20th, along with another game we'll talk about briefly. I'll talk about this briefly too because it's getting really mediocre reviews, and honestly, it looks very mediocre at best.
I mean, we can't really hope for much after the previous release, can we?
What do you mean?
Like, wasn't there a release, like, not the same game, but a similar game on the 3DS?
You're talking about Tennis Open?
Yeah.
I never played that. I heard it was also quite mediocre.
That's what I mean. So, like, could we really expect very much?
It's kind of weird because this Mario Tennis announcement was out of nowhere. I think it was E3. It was on their
Yeah.
That's
when they announced it. That's when they announced it.
It was their E3 Direct, right?
Yep.
And it was like, what? Mario Tennis? And like, okay, this might be cool, but like everything I've seen is just like, you just like jump all the time, and there's like mushrooms and like, I don't know.
I would argue when I saw it, I was like, and then I kept watching it throughout the year, and it was, So.
It just seems very cookie cutter, like no effort was put in. And it's weird because like it seems slightly more advanced than the N64 one, which I love, and I don't know what it is, but the N64 one just seemed to have, I don't know, this is better game feel.
It was charm. It was just tennis. It was just straight up tennis.
I can't. It's weird saying that, but like I haven't played this game, but it just doesn't look like it'll have the same kind of feeling for me. So
like,
that's
even Mario Power Tennis. I played a little bit of it, and I just can't. It just didn't. Like the Mario Tennis on the 64 was just. It was so good.
I heard the GameCube one, like the one you're talking about. I thought the GameCube one was okay.
Yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't as good. Like you'd think like a game that goes up to the next like gen should be better, but in this case it wasn't because they tried to dick around with it too much. It became Mario Kart, the tennis game.
Right. I don't know. I to me, what always sets me away from Mario Kart is like they're like, it's a tennis game, but it's in a super sterile. Wow, I said that weirdly. Sterile tennis court. It's really boring. I'm sorry. The environments are boring.
It looks really lame. I'm just saying that now. It just looks lame, and
yeah.
It might be online. I don't know if that's even confirmed. It says, I'm sick of these news sites. By the way, small rant, confirming that games have online functionality and amiibo support. First off, online functionality can literally just mean you could go on Miiverse and post stuff about it. And secondly, no duh, every freaking Nintendo first-party title has amiibo support. We created a huge demand by wanting these things and making them sell out, and Nintendo's like, okay, we like making money, sure, we're gonna keep putting amiibo stuff in our games. So...
Man, but it's news. Dude, like, you gotta know that you can use Mario and Shovel Knight. Something
interesting, though, to note real quick. We haven't had any new amiibo announcements literally after Friday. Like, if they don't announce anything Thursday, we're out of amiibos.
I guess they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to. We're gonna have to have stuff in there. That's just gonna be
Wave 2.0.
Just kill me now. I was so excited. I was like, I thought I was gonna get to the end of the year without any new amiibos announced, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, I get a month of a break.
They're gonna have something for holiday season, right?
No,
so
don't do this to me.
There's gonna be something big. Maybe Pokemon Amiibo or something.
You know what they just announced tonight? While I was waiting for this. What? They announced that, remember the modern 8-bit Mario amiibo? Well, that was bundled only with the system, right, in North America?
Right.
Well, they're going to release it now individually, and at Walmart only. But guess what day?
What?
Black Friday.
Why?
I don't know.
James is gonna go kill somebody that day.
Or get killed.
I've actually gone every year because I'm tall enough that I like to look over the crowd and watch the chaos just happen in front of me. I know I'm a little sick and twisted on the inside, but
people are do people actually run and stuff?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Dude, do you bring a shiv with you?
No, because I'm tall enough. They fear me.
Like,
don't worry.
You should bring a shiv with you. Make it out of like a toothbrush that you find if you get in trouble.
Alright, Shots, let's talk about this last game and we can wrap this up.
So, this last game is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Comes out also on Friday, November 20th, which I don't know. Can't say a whole lot about because I don't know. Wait, was last Friday? Or this Friday's the 13th. Oh, wow. I'm just realizing that now. That's hilarious.
Podcast will be up on Sunday, remember?
Yeah, so podcast is up on Sunday. But anyways, so Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Don't know a lot about it. I haven't really looked into it, so I'll just leave it with Blue, who I imagine can say the most.
Not really, actually. Oddly enough, like I could say I would have researched a little bit more if I known this was inevitably.
Yeah, we should have definitely probably
done a little bit more
researched
research. But the thing is with this is it's just another mystery dungeon game to me. I know there's going to be a little bit of quirks on it. I didn't like the last one so much because it was super easy, and oh my god, Nintendo. I know Pokemon's for kids, but I don't need 10 to 20 hours of tutorials. Please stop. Please, just please stop. That's what ruined that last game.
They do it with all their Pokemon games too. Like, I kind of wish they'd go back to like not Yellow when Red and Blue, where it just kind of like left you in the dark and it's just
I love
like,
those games because of that.
There should just be an expert mode when you start
But
Pokemon.
like, I want like a Gold and Silver where it's like, go this way, and then you can call people, and then they'll be like, yeah, you should definitely go this way, instead of like you talk to them once and like, nah, I'm not telling you what you need to do now, guy.
Should have listened to me the first time. Give me that information the second time.
Exactly. This is super annoying. Worst.
So I mean, it's basically Diablo meets turn-based Pokemon. I mean. And I would look more deeper into it, but apparently this is supposed to be a game where they have lots of dungeons, and I think it's more like a platform. It's kind of like how Nintendo's been doing. I think Nintendo has followed what I call the Blizzard model, which is they build more game platforms that they support. So
I feel really bad that I didn't do any research on this. I just put it on here because it's Pokemon, and I felt like I should have put it on here.
I'm in the same boat.
I guess we could have. Honestly, I've gotten to this point where we could have just let a Pokemon game slide, and we would have been fine.
Yeah.
But
I think so,
we didn't, so.
Yep.
Also, I just wanted to say, the other reason I thought Twilight Princess would get the instant release is just because it is Zelda month, but...
Zelda month?
Zelda month. You never heard of Zelda month? It's the month of Zelda stuff. This is when most Zelda stuff comes out, like
every other important game comes out in November.
I guess,
shocker.
Whatever. Screw you guys. Maybe that's just... I thought it was a thing. Maybe it's not.
It is to the internet. I've definitely seen it, Chris.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
Whatever. Zelda month. Nintendo
next
makes
month
it a
could
thing.
be Mario month, and next year could be the year of Luigi again.
It was
September.
The year of Luigi.
September is Mario month.
Sorry.
I mean, isn't that why Mario?
Isn't it May? Isn't it Mario month?
Mario month? No, that's the Star Wars month, man.
No.
That was a stretch.
March 10th though is Mario Day.
Yeah,
See?
it is.
See?
It
what
is.
I did
Well,
there?
guys, I think we're done.
Oh, the puns. They're so fantastic.
This was recorded actually on November 11th. So, we should have done this at the beginning, but doing our little civic thing, we just want to give a thank you to men and women of both. I guess we're gonna say North America, but I guess anywhere really, for their service. Veterans Day in United States, Remembrance Day in Canada. And I don't know what other countries have a day like that if it's on today, but thank you, because I ain't doing that stuff, so.
Yep, I greatly appreciate it personally. I mean, I do a lot of other things that I hope helps them. So.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Very much so.
I'm not no joke. I'm not trying to joke around about it, but like I'm serious, right? Like, it's really greatly appreciated. Yeah. It should honestly be a holiday in Canada. Like I don't know why it's not.
It should be.
It's a federal holiday, but it's not like it's not
like
federal for
not
like people
statutory.
work at the.
It's the same here. And to me, what was really, I will raise my hand and say I love this day because I drove to Chicago and there was no traffic on the road, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love this day. So thank you again on my own benefit. So
thank you very much for listening to episode 4, guys. I've been Odin.
I've been Blue.
And I've been Shots.
Sorry if this sounds sleepy, and we'll be a little more energetic next week.
Yeah, we should have almost the whole crew next week. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Until next time, guys. Bottoms up.
Bye-bye. Woohoo!
Yeah.